In this lecture, you will learn how to use some of the available composer commands. As you can see on my screen here, we have the command names highlighted in green and then a description of what the command does. Looking at them and reading the description, you should already know what they do. So to use them, you need to call the composer executable. So say composer, then type the name of the command that you want. So this is composer about. It gives us information about composer and it gives us the link to a composer website. All right, so another one that we can check, composer app. Okay, this gives us information about how to find help for specific commands. So let's see how to use this. We can say composer init -- app. All right, so it tells us exactly what we can do with this command. It tells us the usage, composer init, options that are available, the name of the package that we are creating, a description, the name of the author, the type of package, and then other information. You can also see exactly what the command does. At the bottom, it tells us the init command creates a basic composer.json file in the current directory. So in this case, my current directory is right, so I'm inside map.ht.composer. So if I was to do composer init, it's going to create a composer.json file inside of this folder. So this file is very important when working with composer because this is where we declare the name of our package, give a description, the author, if we have any licensing information, we declare all of it inside of here, and also our dependencies. The dependencies that we required for our project, we declare them here. Basically, all the things that we're doing with Composer, we declare them here. Then once we run Composer install or Composer update, it will now make use of the information inside of composer.json to update all the packages or libraries that our project depends upon. To start, we're going to make use of the composer init command. So let me clear the terminal and then just type in composer init. So as you've just learned, this is going to create a new composer.json file. Right here, the very first prompt that comes out when we type composer init is asking us to specify what is the package name and then suggesting a default value for us. So you can just see here tedia-mark/composer. This is the name that is suggesting for me right now. I don't want to use this name, so what I want to do is tedia/learning_composer. Okay, let's see if it accepts this name. The next thing is asking me for a description. I'm just going to type, I'm learning how to use Composer. And then the author, just going to type in my name here. All right, so here it tells me invalid author string must be in this specific format, which means I need to also provide my email address. So we're going to type again, Terry, then give my email, terrymassey@example.com. All right, minimal stability for this specific project. We don't have any. Then it's asking me, what am I creating? Am I creating a library? Am I creating a project or a meta package, composer plugin? So I'm just going to type in project. And then it's asking me what kind of license is required for this. I'm just going to type in MIT. All right, so it's also asking here, would you like to define your dependencies? Dependencies are the libraries that your project depends upon in order to run properly. So I'm going to type in no. All right, so would you like to define your development dependencies? The main difference between require and require-dev is that require are those that you need to run in production. Require-dev are those you need when you are still developing your project. So you only need them during the process of development, but you don't actually need this project on your production environment. So I'm going to type in no. And then it suggests to me the format of the JSON file that is going to be created. So it tells me the name, Tedia, learning_composer, the description, the type is a project, license is MIT, the author name and the author email, and then required is empty at the moment. So just click enter to confirm. And right now it has generated a file for us, which is composer.json. If we type in ls here, you see now we now have a new file inside of our project, which is composer.json. Then if I do a vim composer.json, then you can see all what was displayed previously. So right now we just have our composer.json file. If we want to install packages, what we can do is actually search the composer repository for packages that we want to install. So I could say composer, search, and then give a name. Let's say PHP validation. Then hit enter. Made a mistake there. So right now it's searching the composer repository, trying to look for the search term PHP validation. Alright, so you can see it gives us a lot of information right here. So there are a lot of choices here that you can choose from if you want to just use an existing PHP validation library. So let's maybe refine this search a little bit. Let's go back and type in validation. Alright, so here you can see Respect Validation, the most awesome validation engine ever created for PHP. Then Cake PHP validation, and then there are also lots of different validation scripts here, some of which are for different frameworks like Laravel, Cake PHP, Fue PHP, and then also we have Array validation. So let's try to do this in a Windows environment. All right, right here on my Windows computer, I'm inside the Composer folder that I created inside htdoc. So we're going to do the same thing, type composer init, and then it's going to walk us through. So what I want to do is create my package name, Tedia/learn composer. Description, I'm learning composer. Author, put my name here, Terry. Then put my email, terry@example.com. Minimal stability, we just ignore that. Type of package is a project. License, choose MIT. Define project dependency null. Require dev dependency null. And then choose enter. All right, so if we do dir, you can see that we have the composer.json file here. So I'm just going to open this now in my text editor. So I'm going to say open to my drive, htdocs, then refresh this, say composer. Right, so inside of here we just have one file, which is the composer.json file with all the information that we specified. So we can actually change any of this information here. If I want to change the package name, I can just edit it here. In the next lecture, we're going to take a look at the composer package repository and then download one of the existing packages and use it in our project.